Hey there, I'm Steve, and welcome to Jamson Entertainment. And welcome to The Conversation. Just before we get started, there are many ways you can help. You can like and subscribe so you never miss a conversation. But most importantly, get the word out there as a community we can talk about all the things that we love. I recently just saw American Fiction, starring Jeffrey Wright, Tracy Ellis Ross, John Ortiz, Erica Alexander, Leslie Uggams, sorry for mispronouncing her name, Issa Rae, Sterling K. Brown, Myra Lucretia Taylor, and Raymond Anthony Thomas. This movie is about a man named Thelonious, also known as Monk. Most of the people call him Monk. I only gather that they call him that because his mom calls him Monkey, and they just nicknamed the term of endearment his mom has for him. Very few people call him Thelonious. He's a literary college professor, and he's an author. One day he's at a writing convention, or a book convention. I don't know if they're the same or different, or I don't know. He's at a convention, and the audience that he has is very small. There's like maybe 10 people there, and there's like 30 seats, and he's wondering why the attendance is so low. And he's told that there's another author, Sintara Golden. She just had a new book and it's a great success. So he goes to listen to her panel and she's reading from her book, and the dialogue and the prose are all black slang. Thelonious is an intellectual who doesn't like the stereotyping of black people, which is understandable. I don't like the stereotyping of anyone, but that's kind of what the story is about. It's this man's struggle with wanting more for his community, how the world treats him in his community. So I'm split on this movie. I enjoyed it because there are some pretty funny moments. It's supposed to be a comedy drama, and the drama is just watching this man's life. I mean, within the first 20 minutes or so, he loses his sister to a heart attack, and his mom has Alzheimer's, so it's pretty tragic. On top of all that, he's not very close with his family anyway, because in the very beginning of the movie, he's teaching a class, and a student gets offended, and he gets brought in by his peers, and they tell him, you need to take a break because we've had other issues with your class before. And he complains how the kids have gone soft and they need to grow up and develop thick skin, which he's not wrong about. He's absolutely 100% correct. The board should be on his side instead of the student's side because the student's a brat. But he takes a leave, and he's with his family in Massachusetts, and he's just living his life. He's trying to take care of his family, and he has a brother. They're kind of estranged. They haven't spoken in a while, and while he's with his family, he decides to write a book that's similar to what Miss Golden wrote. I don't like that they put it this way. He writes what he thinks white people think the average black upbringing is like. Thug life, in and out of jail, dealing with drugs, all that with black slang as the dialogue and prose. And he does it as a joke. He doesn't want to publish this at all. He only does it to prove a point. But his agent circulates a book to the publishing companies, and the publishing companies love it. They're betrayed by the very people that he was complaining about. And it's again with the representation of everyone in this movie. I don't think anyone gets really represented too well, except for Thelonious himself. And I can definitely see his gripe with how things are in the world. I just wish it was told better. Like, they generalize, and I don't like the generalization, just like he doesn't like the generalization. But they do poke fun at the generalization sometimes, and that's part of the reason why I did enjoy this movie. I just wish it was more of a satire of that, instead of like this mixed, like, we're kind of pandering to certain people, but we're also poking fun at those people. My biggest gripe with this movie is that. They're just writing how they see people instead of how they actually are. If you want to get a few good laughs, I would recommend you catch this movie on streaming. Those are my thoughts on American Fiction. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and live your imagination.